Hello class, my name is Brittany Beam. I'm in the sex and gender. I did my topic on chick flicks and feminism because I think it's really important for everyone to know why chick flicks are so feminist. So, this is the book that I picked. It was an interesting read. There was a lot of information in it. So, chick flicks and feminism. What is a chick flick? A chick flick is known as a movie that appeals explicitly to women. They usually have a story with romance and female leading character in them. It is targeting most women who are around 20 to 30 something years of age. So, this is going to say that college kids are more likely to watch chick flicks because they're in their 20s to 30s around. My next question is, what is feminism? Feminism, the advocacy of women's rights on the grounds of political, social, and economic equality to men. So this is going to say that, just like the feminist movement, men and women should be equal. So we're basically taking chick flicks and feminism and seeing how they relate to each other. What does films do for feminism? Chick flicks are known for their different roles that women play. Some roles are power, and some they show women as weak, and the Prince Charming is there to make them feel all strong. They both could be good and bad at the same time, but it is stereotyping women to act in different ways. Chick culture. According to the book that I read, chick flicks have been accused of reinscribing traditional attitudes and reactionary roles of women. Ferris and Young, page 1. This is going to say that chick flicks have been accused of addressing traditional attitudes towards women when they are watching these types of films. According to our questioning gender book, as you can see on the screen, socialization is a fundamental concept of sociologists in general, and is defined as a way in which we learn to become a member of any group, including the very large group we call humanity. And I got that off of page 109. Feminist movement. So everyone knows what the feminist movement is, I hope. It started in 1990, and basically it tried to help women become more powerful and equal to men. So chick flicks backdate a long time, and it has to do with the feminist movement. In case no one knows, feminist movement has to do with women's movement for women's rights, domestic violence, maternity leave, women's suffrage, equal pay, sexual harassment, and sexual violence. These topics, like women's suffrage and equal pay, they should be really strong to a woman, because back when we didn't have the feminist movement, women were not equal to men, so it shows there. Since the feminist movement, women have been fighting for their right, and this has to do with the chick flicks in a bunch of ways, such how women act in movies. If a woman is acting strong, you're going to see the woman is trying to be equal to the man. So, and then the social learning theory also has to do with my topic. So it's the model of observed behavior, attitudes, and emotional reactions of others. This is important to chick flicks because what people watch, they will have a reaction to, and it might change the way they think or act or something like that. So the first movie that I looked at was Legally Blonde. This movie is considered a chick flick because it has feminism in it. in this picture, we see a girl who is standing there dressed in pink and looking like she's rich. She's prissy. She has a dog that's small, and the dog is dressed. And in the back, you see the White House. So I wanted to know, what do you guys think about this? Is it feminism? Is it not? So that's one of your questions. The next one is Sex and the City. I picked this movie because it shows women who are in power, but they also like to have guys there by their sides. So this movie, Sex and the City, this movie shows 4 girls, high class, buying, $500, as you can see in the picture, $500 heels that they just wear, and they have a bunch of pair of them, so they're expensive, so they have jobs that they get a lot of money from. They go to expensive places to eat, to shop, anything, and it's just expensive. If you guys watch the movie, you can see it in it. And they're just gorgeous, they have their hair done, the black dresses, and New York City behind them. This shows successful women getting what they want. This is why chick flicks is feminist. This movie has changed the ideas of beauty expressed for consistency, different identities. It shows age, and it gives lady a voice. And there's so much more that it does, but those are the ones that I picked. This is why society considers this a chick flick, and it's related to feminism. I just picked 2 of these movies, but there are many movies out there that look at feminism, and they're chick flicks, and it's just really interesting to look at. Pop culture. So I picked this movie because I like this movie. I consider it one of my favorites. It's where the girl, is based off of Cinderella, so it's a feminist, and it is a chick flick. It is also has to do with pop culture. This movie portrays a girl who has nothing. At the beginning, she has nothing. She works for her stepmom. She has 2 sisters that are just horrible to her. Her dad died, so it's portraying Cinderella. This movie provided an outlet for female fantasies of a rise in social class coupled with romance and a new wardrobe. Society will look at this movie as a girl being reversed, quiet, shy, lack self-confidence and self-figure. During the movie, she is taught how to handle all of it, so she conquers being self-confident. At the end of the movie, she goes into the boys' locker room and tells off the guy, and she's just confident about herself. I like this movie. I think it portrays good on chick flicks and feminism. Southern chick flicks. According to Baker, which is out of my book, the emergence of Southern chick flicks comes on the heels of what Susan Ferrati saw as a controversial reaction against the gains that women made during the women's movement of the 1960s and 70s. And I got that off of page 92. What is backlash? It is the uncleared war against American women. The article that I found about this talks about how Fauci argues that Hollywood producers, influenced by the backlash trend of the media, created a series of movies that pitted the angry career woman against the domestic, maternal, good woman. And that's off of page 92. Friday sees this movie as an anti-feminist and anti-career woman movie because these movies portray women as rivals. So basically, you know, the good woman and the hardworking woman, they're rivals to see which one wins. I also talk about theories. The two of them that I found in the book that have to do with my topic, which is chick flicks and feminism, is the social learning theory and the cognitive development theory. Both social learning theories and cognitive development theories largely predate the broad influence of second-wave feminists on academic disciplines like psychology. Gender socialization, and feminism are a big part of each other, and chick flicks, gender socialization, makes up who women truly are and how women watch these movies. This is the woman that this is what she does. She looks off of chick flicks and feminism, and she is a sociologist that likes to learn about that. So she is important because my topic is what her life is about. It's what she studies. In the Questioning Gender book, she comes up with a lot. Like, she has different articles and whatnot, and on this topic. In Questioning Gender book, she argues that in films, women are generally considered to be objective objects of the gaze of both the audience and characters in the film, because control of the camera is shaped by the assumptions of a heterosexual male audience. And that is on page 278. I'm going to be asking a question about her, so. Feminists and males. When the society sees male movies, like action movies, males usually play the strong, hefty man who never gets hurt in a strong male role. This could be considered homogenic, masculine role in the United States. Questioning Gender talks about no sissy stuff, which means that real men don't do anything that carries with it the least suggestion of femininity. So that's on page 278, and that is saying basically like men shouldn't show their feelings, men shouldn't cry and do all that stuff. And I thought it was important to put it in here because it's showing men against women and what the difference is. Sociology. So, what is the big deal about sociology and chick flicks? Chick flicks and feminism relate to sociology because sociology is questioning women to act how they see in these movies. They watch these movies to get something out of them. As women, society sees the Prince Charming coming to save her at the end of the movie. I believe that women get their hopes up, and when they watch these movies, they think that this should happen to them. Women want men to push them off their feet and give them something to love. I picked this topic because I myself find myself watching these movies, hoping that Prince Charming comes to knock me off my feet, but what are the changes of that? I mean, we have all gotten our hearts broken, so, I question, are women's expectations too high, or are women just watching these sappy love movies to get our hopes up for getting our hearts broken? Sociologists look at this and they examine how many girls watch these movies and how they react to everyday life to those girls who don't watch the sappy love movies. Sociologists still explain this, but research is changing since society is changing all the time. So that's my presentation. My questions are: Legally Blonde, why do you think this movie is considered feminist? Who is Laura Marvey and why is she important? Why is chick flicks and feminism important to sociology? Thank you for listening. Have a good night.